Hello and welcome again to the Friday Wrap for January 23rd. Last week was kind of a crazy week after a lull of meetings for the last several weeks, if not the last couple of months. I think the trend has been reversed and we caught up quite a bit. Oh, by the way, these videos always have, whenever we have a videographer, we include pictures kind of wrapped up in it. When we don't do it ourselves in-house, it does not. I wish it did, but maybe we could do that in the future. We do include pictures though on the bottom of the text, depending on if we have technical difficulties, but we seem to be getting through a lot of those as well. As far as the meetings last week, the Economic Development Committee meeting met this week. It was attended by most of the board, most of the members, including Zach Model, Cheryl Kern, Trustee Len Ruzak, myself. Of course, Steve Stricker was there. It was also attended by Trustees Guy Francis and Diane Bolas, as well as numerous residents, to hear the presentation by Phil Yeager of Boost Marketing, who gave us a lot of information about the marketing plans, about the hotel motels, as well as the restaurants, how we compare to other surrounding areas, which we're actually doing very well and a lot of good trends, as well as we discussed the proposed budget for this year, and also covered was the Guy Francis's initiative to have the village develop an economic development plan. We also appointed a subcommittee for that, which will go to vote at the Monday's board meeting. This week, actually just prior to that, earlier that evening, I attended the Village Center's meeting with ownership and management, met with all the presidents of homeowners associations, to discuss some of their proposed changes to the Village Center, including some diagonal parking, potentially on the north end, which will take the space out of the sidewalks depending on configuration, as well as a potential a permanent structure down by the band shell, as well as replacing the roundabout with a fire pit, which will also some gathering areas for people, as well as for kids, as well as a lot of improvements to improve the experience of the shoppers, because that really is the anchor these days, not just the actual stores, but the experience of the shoppers, which is what they're trying to do. There will be several meetings, I'm sure, in the future, and as a matter of fact, I had one with one of the homeowners association presidents right after that to cover some of their suggestions. On Wednesday, Steve Stricker and I attended the DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference legislative dinner at the Hilton Lyle. It was a packed event as well. Probably had 15 legislators from around the state, mostly around DuPage County, and of course, and then as well as probably about 15 or 20 of the mayors from around DuPage County. They were all discussed several other issues, some of the most important issues that are part of the agenda for this year, and even the the DMMC president, Martin Tully, who's also the mayor of Downers Grove, he even Skyped in from a meeting in Washington, D.C. to discuss really what is number one. And that's what to do with and how to make some changes to the public safety pensions, which is strangling a lot of the villages, and some of the initiatives that are being taken on by the conference. In addition, Mayor Tom Weisner received the Governmental Leader of the Year award he's the mayor of Aurora. And also Steve and I were able to get a quick picture with our own State Representative Jim Durkin before the end of the meeting. This week I also dined with Miss Pauline Ozels, who is the organizer for the Run for Veterans. This will be the second annual one this year. It is scheduled for July 26th. This year's benefactor will be Lone Survivor. That they are an organization dedicated to helping out service members and their families, and more information can be gotten about them at www.lonesurvivorfoundation.org. In addition, this week I did something rather unique. I was always very impressed when I heard the success story about one of our residents who owns a snow management company down Hickory Hills. So I decided to go make an on-site visit and learn some of his best practices and hear about it. Amazing. Here Peter, a Polish immigrant, moved here and over 15 years ago started a snowplow company with a $1,600 snowplow. Well, now they've grown to over 250 trucks, probably 36 or 38 pieces of equipment, over 750 drivers, and they actually plow over 1,100 commercial lots in less than 4 hours on a snowstorm. Kudos to another one of our residents with a very successful business, and continued success, Peter. I wish you well, and thanks again for all the ideas, which I like to learn to implement in my own company as well. So, on a personal note, my wife, Charmaine, had her birthday this week on Wednesday, which is one reason why I have to cut this one a little bit short, because I have to take her to dinner tonight since I missed it on Wednesday over at the DMMC meeting. But also this week, in addition, I attended a medical group dinner at Capri last weekend, as well as a couple of other events around the village. So it was a kind of a non-stop event in and around the village and with village residents. And I hope I think the trend is going to continue this week. I hope you enjoy this week's video, and that you join me again next week. Have a great week. We'll talk to you then.